Hey guys, this is Jay here. I'm just giving you an update. I've gone through and done the outer lining on my lid for my little kiln here. I lined it with refractory after I did like a spider web configuration with steel wire, and I baked that like a couple weeks ago, and then I lined it with this refractory coating. This refractory coating is supposed to be good for at least 3,500 degrees Fahrenheit. Used a basic mixture that was similar to what a lot of companies use for their black lining cements. It's gone through about a week of curing, and I've baked it for already 4 hours. I started out at about 200 degrees Fahrenheit for about the first hour, second hour at about 325 degrees Fahrenheit. The last 2 hours I did at 400 degrees, and now I'm going to do another 30 minutes at 450 degrees and see how it turns out. Some of it was still wet. It was still a little bit wet in the middle, and it sagged a little bit, but I took some of the wet stuff and filled in a small spot where there was a hole. But it's almost completely cured out right now and about ready for me to throw it on top of the kiln. I don't see any real cracking issues with it, so once it's fully hardened, I'm going to test it out and see how well it works on the kiln. Now you remember the kiln got up to about 725 degrees Fahrenheit without this lid being lined at all. So I'm going to finish this out on baking it, and in about a half an hour I'll just let this cool off, and then I'm going to set this on top of the grill. And I might even go to the point where I line the bottom part with the same refractory coating that I mixed up before. But to do that, I'm going to have to make up another batch of sodium silicate, and I'm just about out of silicate crystals. So the final firing on the kiln will probably be sometime this week. It'll probably be like next weekend is when I'll fire it up. Hopefully I'll be able to pick up some silicate crystals today and make up my sodium silicate either today or tomorrow, and then I'll be able to line the bottom and pretty much get this over with by the end of the week. And I'll have to see if I can find a thermometer or even one of those infrared scanners to see whether I can find something that will be able to measure the temperature that this kiln will be able to get up to, because right now I'm pretty much maxed out on the thermometer for this, and most of the infrared laser thermometers I've seen only go up to about 720 to 900 degrees Fahrenheit, and the rate this thing's been going, I'm gonna have to find something that can measure a decent temperature in the around 1,500, probably 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, just to play it on the safe side, just to see if it will get that hot. And it might even get to the hot enough where the grate I got in there will get red hot. I don't know. Just hopefully I won't be melting the steel, because this was designed to really be a brick kiln, not really a forging furnace, but we'll see what happens. The mix on here contains a large quantity of graphite. It also contains various different carbides in it. The carbides are what really kicks up the thermal, basically the thermal quality of this refractory cement. It'll be like whenever I go over to a propane forge or the cupola I'm planning on building in the soon future. I'm gonna have to go over to graphite form and really get some high temp ceramics on it. So it'll be interesting. Some of some of those carbides can get really expensive in the quantities I need, so I'm gonna have to do my research and see what I can all get done for the amount of lining cement that I'm planning on using. But this one's gone over quite well. I didn't even use a full batch of sodium silicate in it. That is just the main adhesive in it, and then it's just a silicate base with a lot of graphite and carbides. It does have some oxides in there. It does have aluminum oxide in it, but mainly it is, the color is from the graphite and from the carbides. The carbides are what's gonna make this thing really handle the heat well. So, just about done with this. I don't know, I got a few spots where there are a couple little cracks in there that I can see. I might go over it later on with some more of the lining cement to try to fill in those creases in there. But I don't know. If this holds up as well as I'm hoping it will, I might never even have to worry about those few cracks in there because of the spider web configuration in there. That steel wire should hold it together real well. So this is Jay signing off. Later.